You are turning in 10-minute bulletin of Binh Phuoc radio, television, and newspaper. You are with me, The Wang, and here are top news of today. Binh Phuoc and Đồng Nai agree on key steps for administrative restructuring. Provincial leader inspect progress of key transport projects. Prime Minister set December 19 launch day for Lào Cai, Hanoi, Haiphong Railway. Vietnam and US hold second round of trade negotiations. On May 20th in Đồng Xoài City, the standing committees of the party committees of Binh Phuoc and Đồng Nai provinces met to discuss and reach consensus on key issues related to the organizational restructuring process as part of their planned provincial merger, following directions from the Politburo and Secretariat.
The two sides exchanged views on personnel planning and the rearrangement of staff across party advisory bodies, the Fatherland Front, People's Councils, and specialized agencies and the commune-level People's Committees, among other related matters. Post-merger, the new Đồng Nai provincial government is expected to have 14 specialized departments, a reduction of 13, while the number of public service units will drop to 10, down by 6. 15 mass organizations assigned by the party and state are expected to remain. Binh Phuoc Provincial Party Committee's Secretary Tôn Ngọc Hạnh said preparations for commune-level staffing are being conducted swiftly, carefully, and transparently. The province has issued a framework of criteria for key leadership positions as a legal basis for personnel selection and rearrangement. At the same time, Binh Phuoc is reviewing the functions and duties of its departments and public service units and developing new operational models to better serve local people and businesses during and after the transition.
On the morning of May 20th, Vice Chairman of the Binh Phuoc Provincial People's Committee Lê Trường Sơn, along with representatives from relevant departments and localities, conducted a field inspection of major transport infrastructure projects in Đồng Xoài City and Trơn Thành Town.
The delegation examined the progress of several projects, including the road encircling Phước Hòa Irrigation Lake, designed to support both transportation and tourism, the proposed Nha Big Bridge, the section of Ho Chi Minh City to Zone 1 Trơn Thành Expressway running through Binh Phuoc, and a resettlement area serving site clearance for the expressway in Trơn Thành. During the inspection, Vice Chairman Sơn requested the Provincial Project Management Board, in coordination with the Department of Construction and other agencies, to revise the design plan for Nha Big Bridge and submit it to the Ministry of Construction for approval. A 2.2-kilometer concrete road running along the river bank was temporarily handed over to Đồng Xoài City for public use. At the junction between the Ho Chi Minh City to Zone 1 Trơn Thành Expressway and the Giải Nghĩa Trơn Thành Expressway passing through Minh Thành Ward, Sơn urged relevant units to quickly complete route preparation to allow for material staging to support construction progress.
The Binh Phuoc Provincial People's Committee had tasked the Department of Health with proposing further measures to increase health insurance enrollment, targeting over 95% population coverage by the end of 2025.
Provincial hospitals and medical facilities have been instructed to continue improving service quality and staff attitudes toward insured patients. Emphasis is being placed on administrative reform, IT application, and streamlining of health insurance payment procedures to ensure convenience and full benefits for participants. District and commune levels authorities are required to implement synchronized measures to promote enrollment in both social and health insurance. Communes must assign enrollment targets to each hamlet and residential group, while strengthening legal communication and oversight. They are also tasked with reviewing and issuing HI cards to those eligible for state support. Special attention is being given to achieving 100% HI coverage among students, with efforts to mobilize community resources to assist those in difficult circumstances.
Party General Secretary Tô Lâm hosted a reception for Lazare Olundo Asomo, director of the World Heritage Center under the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, in Hanoi on May 20th. The party chef said Vietnam is always an active, trusted partner and supporter of UNESCO, making substantive contributions as a member of key executive agencies, including the World Heritage Committee. The partnership highlighted UNESCO's role as the intellectual home of humanity in promoting multilateralism, maintaining peace and security, and advancing sustainable development in the world. He expressed his appreciation for nearly 5 decades of support and cooperation from UNESCO in Vietnam's post-war recovery and current process of national construction and development. Vietnam currently has 72 UNESCO-recognized titles nationwide, including 8 World Cultural and Natural Heritage Sites. General Secretary Tô Lâm reaffirms Vietnam's commitment to further integration in the world politics, the global economy, and the humanities civilization. He underlined Vietnam's desire to contribute more actively to regional and global peace, stability, and development, while sharing its successful experiences with other countries and supporting UNESCO's overreaching mission in a proactive and responsible manner. For his part, ASMO reaffirmed Vietnam's role as an important, active, reliable, and strategic partner of UNESCO with effective and practical contributions. He praised Vietnam as a model for effective collaboration in the field of heritage preservation and promotion, noting that its initiatives and cooperative practices could serve as valuable examples for other UNESCO member states. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính presided over a meeting on May 20th with ministries, sectors, and agencies to review the implementation of the North-South High-Speed Railway, the Lào Cai-Hà Nội-Hải Phòng line, and several lines connecting with China. According to the Ministry of Construction, the Lào Cai-Hà Nội-Hải Phòng Railway project, spanning nearly 419 kilometers, with an estimated investment of over $8.3 billion, has completed preliminary work, including land clearance designs, route alignment, and coordination with the 9 provinces along the route. Regarding other railway connections with China, the ministry reported on 2 additional projects: the Hanoi-Đồng Đăng line, estimated at $6 billion for 156 kilometers, and the Hải Phòng-Hạ Long-Móng Cái route, projected to cost $7 billion over 187 kilometers. To meet the December 19 groundbreaking target for the Lào Cai-Hà Nội-Hải Phòng line at 5 designated sites, he tasked the Ministry of Construction with drafting a detailed critical path timeline. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister Trần Hồng Hà were assigned to oversee execution and inter-ministerial coordination. Regarding the North-South High-Speed Railway, Prime Minister Chính asked the Ministry of Construction, Ministry of Finance, State Bank of Vietnam, and competent agencies to study Vin's bid proposals to engage in the project. He underscored the urgency of disciplined execution of the project and ordered progress reports every Monday. The Ministry of Industry and Trade had just announced the result of the first day of the second round of negotiations on a reciprocal trade agreement between Vietnam and the U.S. The second round of negotiations on a reciprocal trade agreement between Vietnam and the U.S. is being held in Washington, D.C. from May 19 to 22nd. The Vietnamese delegation is led by Minister of Industry and Trade Nguyễn Hồng Diên, who is also head of the government negotiation delegation. On the first day of talks, the 2 sides discussed a comprehensive approach to settling key issues of mutual concern and accelerating the negotiation process. Their talks were conducted in an open, straightforward, and constructive manner on the issues of mutual interest, focusing on clarifying the agreement's language and exchanging information on each country's current policies to lay the groundwork for further steps. On the same day, Minister Diên also held a working session with Westinghouse, one of the world's leading nuclear technology corporations. In the first 4 months of this year, Vietnam's coffee export reached a value of $3.8 billion, a year-on-year increase of over 51%, the highest growth among all Vietnamese agricultural export. Some batches of Vietnamese specialty coffee have been sold for up to $45 per kilo, double the price of similar products from other countries. The country's total coffee output for the year is expected to reach between 1.7 and 1.8 million tons. At this pace, coffee export revenue could exceed $6 billion. Driving this momentum is the rise of high-value, deeply processed coffee, particularly specialty coffee, which is open new and promising opportunities for Vietnam's coffee industry. Globally, specialty coffee typically sells for 300,000 Vietnamese dong to 500,000 Vietnamese dong per kilo. In Vietnam, the price can reach as high as 800,000 dong per kilo. At an auction in August 2024, Arabica beans grown in Quảng Trị province fetched a record-breaking price of $47 per kilo. And that also wraps up our bulletin. Thanks for tuning in and goodbye for now.